poison's not that good for you. And 10 minutes is a good bit of time to have passed with those contaminated items on the shelves. I can ejaculate like 3 or 4 times in 10 minutes. It's reasonable to assume that within that time frame, someone might have come in and taken one of those items and gotten super sick from it. This guy has a fucking chug jug of idiot potion at his house, and he is drinking that every single evening. How can you be so dumb that you didn't recognize that spraying poison on food can hurt people? And how could you have possibly thought even your dumbest members of your audience would think that that was a good prank? So yeah, this isn't like a small whoopsie-daisy type thing. This is something that he really needs to face real repercussions for. There needs to be an example made out of someone that does shit like this. At some point, like, we have to come together and say enough is enough. Now TikTokers and Instagram losers are poisoning people for content. Like, there's gotta be a point where you're like, okay, we're not going to play softball. You're going to get the 5 to 10 years. Because that's what he's facing from what I've read. It's like a 5 to 10 year potential sentence. And he should absolutely get it. He should not be able to get off easy for this. Before showing you some more of his dog shit, I'd like to show you something that's probably going to make you even more furious at this guy. He admitted that he can earn between $6,000 to $10,000 a month for doing acts like these and posting them on social media. He is making substantially more money than most people working right now, just from going out there attempting to poison strangers or harassing workers or just harassing people going about their day-to-day life. I only learned about this douchebag from him being arrested, but even still, I actually gave him the benefit of the doubt on a few of these that they might be fake. But they're not. In this case, I thought what might have happened here is he filmed this random stranger putting his laundry in the washing machine, and then when he put the bacon and eggs into the clothes during the cycle, he actually didn't put it into that guy, the stranger's clothes, he put it into like his own clothes at one of a different washing machine. Which would still ruin the washing machine too, like that still would be destructive, but wouldn't be nearly as bad as just ruining this man's night, ruining his clothes at the laundromat. But what an imbecile I was for thinking that this guy might not be a gigantic asshole all of the time. His whole purpose is just making strangers' lives miserable for his content. He actually did just completely fuck this guy in the face, ruining his laundry, and you can confirm this because the guy comes in and puts his clothes in washing machine number 19, engages the cycle, and walks away. Then, this douchebag comes over with the bacon and eggs, throws it into washing machine number 19, and re-engages the cycle. And you can see it right at the end that, yep, it's number 19 that he came in and just completely ruined. This is one of his shorter ones where he nearly performs a halo assassination here on this worker that's cleaning off a bench. So he jumps on him from the top turnbuckle here while he is cleaning and could have easily have broken this guy's arm. He was cleaning the table and then jumps on the area where he is still actively cleaning. If he had stretched his hand out even an inch further, he would have had his hand broken, finger broken, or arm broken.
Doing a good job.
This is his bread and butter content. This is his favorite thing in the world. He loves fucking with fast food workers. He doesn't even treat them like human beings. He treats them as less than NPCs. The way he treats fast food workers is worse than how people treat civilians in Skyrim. This guy has so many videos jumping the counter, harassing the workers. He is at his happiest when fast food workers are at their most miserable because of him. Oh, it's his favorite thing in the world. He loves it. In fact, he needs it, really. Like a plant needs the sun. He photosynthesizes fast food workers' agony into his dopamine. He has so many videos being a complete insufferable asshole to fast food workers.
Los tacos and the egg roll. Hey.
Bathroom?
Bathroom 7287.
What can I get for you? On a burrito? I got you.
This guy super sucks. You get the idea. I don't need to keep showing you a montage of his degeneracy. I'm just hoping, with fingers crossed, he gets the book thrown at him, because he should. His most recent prank would literally have injured a lot of people in a big way. I don't know if it would have necessarily killed them, depending on the amount he sprayed, I guess, but it would have been very detrimental to the health of people that consumed his poisoned products that he made for his Instagram content. It's so trash, and he deserves to go to jail for a long time because of it. Also, this loser apparently describes himself as a supervillain, so he's really proud of what he does. Could there be anything more corny than to call yourself a supervillain? What a loser! What an absolute fucking dweeb! So yeah, I really wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's about it. So yeah. Dine and dash is the act of eating a meal at a restaurant and leaving without paying. When I hear dine and dash being mentioned, I immediately go to the great Charles Doza, where he was arrested and then gave us one of the finest monologues ever recorded. This is Democracy Manifest. What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Get your hands off my penis! When that video went viral so many years ago, there was a ton of different rumors and stories surrounding it. It had this air of mysticism almost. It ranged from hyping him up as some kind of Gotham supervillain to him being an infamous dine and dashing culprit that they were finally apprehending. And for some reason, that always stuck with me. So when I think of dine and dash, he is who I picture in my head now. Even though that wasn't the truth of that situation there, it's still, for some reason, what has been locked in my noodle. So today when I saw a body cam video of a douchebag being arrested for dine and dashing, I couldn't help but just think about Charles Doza and how much cooler he was than this loser we're about to watch.
On August 16, 2022, officers responded to a report of a man leaving a restaurant without paying his bill.
Why are you asking for my things?
Because you're being accused of a crime. I'm not saying that you're guilty, but I gotta get you identified.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
All right? Relax. Relax. Come over here.
So that's the gist of it. He's being accused of not paying his bill at a restaurant, so now he's got 1 star and the cops are just casually coming up to him asking for his ID. This video has blown up over the last 12 hours, and every post about it says that this is a Wall Street Bets mod. I'm sure all of you have heard of that subreddit, Wall Street Bets. It's a very popular one, and I don't know if that's a true statement or not, but if this really is a mod on Wall Street Bets, that makes this situation even goofier, because this goober is the quintessential Reddit mod in real life caricature, and good heavens, it couldn't be more fitting. It's exactly what you envision when you picture a mod interacting with other human beings in the real world.
I went over there to have happy hour. I had some food, and I day trade. I do options trading. I got a business major and I got an accounting, so I do day trading.
He randomly decides to mention that he's a day trader, does options like yeehaw, woo, that's fucking awesome, this guy's amazing. It has nothing to do with anything. That is totally irrelevant to everything. It wouldn't matter if you're Michael Jordan. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't matter. You didn't pay your bill. You can't do that.
Were you by yourself?
Yes, by myself.
All right. How much did you eat? What did you buy?
No, it was only $70, bro.
$70 worth? All right.
So,
God, his attitude is so insufferable. So he's laughing at, it was only $70, bro. I make that in a millisecond with my day trading and options because I am a Hustlers University graduate, and I learned all about this kind of stuff, brother. Like, I was on Reddit the other day getting my financial advice, as I usually do, and I'm making a killing right now. $70, that's nothing. This is a non-issue. He just doesn't understand, like, liquidity versus supply and demand. He doesn't understand the bell curve, the angle of azimuth.
I tried to pay with Apple Pay.
Okay.
And he said, like, I'm sorry, sir, we don't take Apple Pay. I was like, who? I gave him my credit card. My credit card didn't go through. And his face was really upset already. And I'm like, I tried to educate him. I'm like, listen, I don't have any liquidity with me because most of my capital is my investments. In banks, I don't have banks either.
He sounds like me when I was back in high school thinking of excuses for why I didn't finish an assignment. Like, just a bunch of nonsense mumbo jumbo. He goes through this long speech about why he can't pay for it because he doesn't believe in liquidity. You know, liquidity is a belief held by simpletons, and he doesn't have anything in the bank. He'd be a damn fool to have anything in the bank, obviously. So he just can't pay for the food at all. He talks about how all of his money's in investments, which is turbo dope. I have no doubt in my mind this guy is investing epic swag style into the coolest Web3 projects. He's got tons of awesome coins. Like, I know he's crushing it. Big thanks to World of Warships for sponsoring this video. I've been working with the World of Warships team for quite some time to design some custom in-game content, so I'm a commander in the game now. I go by Chuck Blast on the seas out there, and I'm an absolute menace. The name of our ship is the Blastmaster. We sail under Chuck's flag, so I help design the assets, the camo, just kind of top to bottom. It looks like me, it sounds like me, because I do the voice acting for it. Dead on target. I'm, for all intents and purposes, engaged in war out there, and it's extremely fun. World of Warships is an amazing game that my father and I play together. He's been hard addicted for years, so it's really fun to watch him play as Chuck Blast. So there's new content released every month. There's so many ships to choose from: destroyers, battleships, aircraft carriers, cruisers, and you can play alone or in a division with friends. So you can use code PenguinZ0 to get the mission to unlock me as your commander, Chuck Blast. You also get 7 days premium account time, 1.5 million credits, 500 doubloons, and the battleship Bayern. It's available for PC and consoles, and the code is for newly registered players, but existing players can acquire these items by purchasing my bundle or through the new internet's containers. So you can click the link in the description to get started. Thanks again, World of Warships.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than just Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Manning. When I say insurance, you say financial services. Insurance. Financial services. Insurance. Financial services. Now when I say nationwide, you say is both. Nationwide. Is both. Nationwide.
All right, okay. Do you have any means to pay that 70?
No. I want to sue them. I'm sorry.
But do you,
No. I'm sorry. You're asking the wrong question, sir. I'm so sorry.
you consume food, right?
Huh?
You consume
Yeah,
food?
Hell yeah.
It's just something was off with this guy. He pitched this crazy fit, went nuts in here, threatening people. I'm talking about, like, went nuts at the bar.
I love that he's playing the victim here like this. Oh, actually, I want to sue them for thinking I couldn't pay 70 measly dollars. 70 clams? Oh, that's nothing. Of course I can pay that. I have no ways of paying that because all of my money's in these investments, but I obviously have $70, and, you know, I want to sue them now. Like, the delusion on this guy is incredible. I have no doubt that he was probably trying to barter with them at some point, too. Like, oh, actually, do you accept bonds here? I'd like to pay in some of these bonds. As you see, I'm an investor, so I don't really believe in liquidity. Okay, maybe not bonds. Do you accept Safe Moon here? No Safe Moon? Oh my god, you guys are so behind on the times. This is archaic. No Web3 capabilities here? Okay, how about, can I pay you in Cumrocket coin? Okay, I'm out of here. You won't accept Cumrocket coin? I was even going to leave a 200% tip. That's your fault now. $70 is nothing. That's literally no money at all. I fart and $70 comes out of my ass. It's not that I can't pay, it's that I'm not going to pay because you're not accepting real currency like my shit coins here. And apparently he was throwing a tantrum too, threatening people. What an unhinged lunatic.
Do you have a way to pay that bill now?
Correct. No, I don't have it now.
You can? All right.
No, I can't pay it.
But
I want to report the business.
All right, but listen.
Because it was a statement. Can I say this?
Walking away from a tab is
No,
a crime.
he kicked me out.
Yeah, I know, but because...
No.
All right. Hold on, Victor. No, you can't, Victor. You can't, because then you're going to go to jail.
No, I know.
Relax. Put your hand over here. Put yourself over here.
No,
Put yourself over here.
Don't come with that, sir.
Weirdo NPC here is trying a very interesting technique of being as annoying as possible. I cut out a large chunk of it there because it was just him putting on this like drama club thespian troupe performance about being on camera and shit just to be a nuisance. So I think what he's trying to do here is just be so bothersome to the officer that the officer loses interest. So he like de-aggroes the police officer by just being annoying, and the police officer just doesn't want to deal with the headache and leaves. I'm pretty sure that's what his strategy is, but luckily it doesn't work out.
You know, how late we stay open? It might take him till 10 o'clock before he can pay his tab. He was on his computer. I mean, it was nuts. This guy is out there.
Oye, si le falté respeto, excúsame, because I go through this racist stuff all the time, stereotyping. But today I was like, you know what? I'm tired of it.
I think this guy is just a real con man, and I think he's going to go from place to place.
Call Officer Leo.
Yeah.
He then tries to claim that it was racism here that led to this situation. So he's really going for every possible approach he can to weasel his way out of this. The business owner here is saying how he thinks he's a con man who just goes business to business pulling this stunt. And I think he's probably right. It feels like this isn't his first rodeo with dine and dashing. It feels like this is probably something he does pretty often.
I got the money to pay, and I was trying to pay.
All right, can you pay now?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to pay, so I want to sit down, have a water while I get my payment.
This guy must have the orb of confusion in his pockets right now, because he is spitting some stupid shit. He is on that moron potion right now. It's so confusing listening to him. He's lost in his own sauce. He's like, oh, I just wanted to have a water. I was going to pay. I can pay. I was planning on paying. I wanted to pay. I was going to pay. The officer says, well, can you pay now? And he goes, no. It's like, what the fuck?
Can I do that?
All right, the signal 20. I need to know if they want to press charges.
Yeah, because, No, I want to press charges, not them. Me. Officer.
Andrade, can you answer me that question?
Charges, not them. I want to press charges to the restaurant, not to me.
I'm sorry?
We good?
Buddy starts spamming emotes now, and he's like, I actually want to sue them, not the other way around. Trying the Uno reverse card here. And I'd love to know how that lawsuit would go. I'm suing this restaurant because they're mad at me for not paying my bill. I fully planned on paying my bill, I just refused to. I even offered to give them an IOU. You didn't accept it. That's their fault, and they're mad at me. What the fuck? I did nothing wrong.
I'm so sorry. Estoy bien nervioso, man, because...
All right, sir. If you have what do you have there that you can pay with, that you can pay the bill? What do you have here that you can pay the bill?
What is it? My Robinhood account, where do they trade it?
No, but you can't pay with that.
Yeah, so that's my only
You
form of
can't.
payment.
Oh,
That's not my problem. I'm trying to pay.
All right, hold on.
the thing. Yeah.
71 switching to...
He flashes his Robinhood account, which makes me believe he probably is a Wall Street Bets mod, because that's the starter pack. He's like, no, look, I could absolutely afford to pay. Look at my Robinhood account. And the officer's like, brother, you can't pay with that there. And he's like, I know, but look, it's right here. I can't pay, but look at this money here. This is where it all is. It's not my fault. What am I supposed to do about that?
That too.
I'm sorry, no, déjame callarme porque me siento tan mal because I'm questioning your This is so funny. You can't wait to see what's gonna happen. It's amazing.
His mannerisms, he's like going full Joker mode here. I'm the Joker, baby. This guy's just acting like he's some kind of weird, quirky goofball. He's like, oh, you're not gonna want to miss what happens next. It's gonna be amazing what happens next. Gotham deserves a new class of day trader, and I'm gonna give it to him.
Póneselo en el... Siéntate. Sit!
Dando.
71 taser pointed.
I'm sitting down, guys. Look at this.
All right, put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
Pete, put your hands behind your back.
Telling that I'm trying to pay my cost, and now he's arresting me.
Get up.
Things have escalated here, and he continues to try and say that he's attempting to pay his tab. He's also lobbying to the civilians around him like, look at what's happening. I don't understand what's going on. I was just telling the officer I was trying to pay my tab. I even showed him my Robinhood account. I was going to pay my tab with my imaginary money that I don't have. What do you mean? I don't know what's gone wrong. This injustice. I can't believe it.
I'm Republican too, and he's Spanish. It's a system. It sucks, mama.
Why are you searching me?
Stop. You're under arrest.
Why? He's telling me I'm under arrest, but he's not telling me why. Office
You're under arrest for theft.
for theft. Mira, theft. I was stealing.
Thank you for your quickness and your kindness. Can I get a bottle of water here?
Oh.
Stay hydrated.
Thanks so much. Appreciate that.
The juxtaposition between these two officers' experiences is comical. One of them's having the worst day of their life, having to interact with this insufferable loser, and then the other one's just hanging out with the restaurant owner who's being extremely sweet and then just gives him water, and he's like, oh, well, thank you so much for this. I appreciate it.
Yes, don't delete the video, please. Thank you, Officer Hernandez. Thank you, man. I appreciate your service. Just don't delete the video.
I cut out a lot there. Things get very messy. It reaches this weird climax where this guy just starts going a little ballistic and wiggling around, which eventually ends with him getting taken to the ground and charged with resisting on top of already this. And now they've got him in the back of the patrol car and he's asking them not to delete the video, which I think he really should have asked them to delete the video. I don't know why he thought he'd come out of this looking like the good guy here. Everything you could do wrong, he did wrong many, many times. I'm honestly convinced that he must have been the diversion to a bigger scheme, like something out of Ocean's 11, where this guy was supposed to just occupy all of the police's time by just being as loud and over the top as possible to direct their attention all on him, while his associates do crime elsewhere. So that way it'd keep the heat off of them and focus entirely on him. Because that's what it feels like. Out of nowhere, he just starts like yelling and screaming and trying to like get everyone's attention from the public around him too. And it just makes this huge hoopla, this massive song and dance out of this situation. So it really feels like he was the diversion in a movie for a bigger crime plot. It was weird.
I can pay the tab right now if you want. Like, it's no problem. And I can tip him $100. No? And I know it was a miscommunication, and I know you're gonna have to apologize to me, you know? And the owner is gonna have to apologize to me too.
You can't pay the tab by just flashing your Robinhood account at someone. It doesn't just beam the money quantumly into their cash register. You can't pay it. That's the whole root of the issue here. You were provided a service under the expectation that you would pay for the service you were provided, and you can't. Also, you apparently freaking out and throwing a massive tantrum in the restaurant probably didn't help things at all. I imagine if you were a bit more respectful about it, like, oh man, Apple Pay's not going through, my credit card's not swiping, something must really be wrong. I can afford to pay this, but maybe we'll need to think of another way of doing it, this and that. Like, if you were more respectful about it, I imagine this may have played out a little bit differently. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's about it. See ya.
I quench that thirst.
Burberry Hero.
There's a particular clown I've made a couple videos on over the years because he can't help but embarrass himself sometimes. And in the crypto community, he's looked at in the same way a fart is, where it's something that just makes you laugh because it's a little silly and a little stinky. His name is BitBoy Crypto. I'm not here to just give you a recap and go over his resume. There's plenty of content that goes over all of the shady things he's done over the years. Instead, I want to focus on the modern day, present day, 2023 AD, where once again BitBoy Crypto couldn't help but make a fool of himself. He just broadcast an unhinged live stream here on YouTube that frightened more people than the original run of the Blair Witch Project. he was streaming himself outside of an individual's house that he was having beef with and accused him of stealing his Lamborghini. So he was there to confront him directly and had a weapon in his car as well. So the whole situation was dangerous. The things he was saying was alarming, and eventually officers do arrive there, but then there's another plot twist that's revealed at the end that nobody, not even God himself, would have seen coming. This whole stream played out like a mission in Grand Theft Auto 5. So I'm going to show you some clips from it. For the first clip here, I'm not going to show you any of the video footage because he just reveals where this guy lives. So I don't want to show any of that, but I want you to hear the audio because I think it's important.
Carlos has my Lamborghini right here in his garage. So today, guys, I'm going to be live streaming and I'm going to be telling the entire story.
Now, it's important to give even further context to what led to this situation. He's there because he believes this man stole his Lamborghini, and he's going to spill the beans, let the cat out of the bag here, and talk in depth about this individual as well as his association with this deep cast of characters and different things. And it's a lot of very eyebrow-raising, alarming accusations he makes against him with things he's said he's done or things that he's capable of doing. And from everything I've read from the community, as well as everything I've read up on in the BitBoy cinematic universe leading up to this situation, no one knows if any of these accusations are truthful. However, even if everything he says here is beyond a shadow of a doubt the truth, you know, BitBoy Crypto is fluent in facts, all of this is legitimate, everyone can agree that he handled it in the worst way possible. This is not how you should have handled this situation at all. It should have gone to authorities, have it go through court. Instead, Ben, his name is Ben, rolls out here like he's fucking Batman. He's rolling out here like he's the spirit of vengeance, scooting in sideways with his truck and a weapon in his truck, just in case shit gets hairy. Like, that is not optimal at all. And then streaming the whole thing on YouTube, turning it into a fucking spectacle, is bafflingly unhinged.
Hey, how's it going? Yep. How's it going? Oh, him?
Stop.
Oh, stop. I couldn't hear.
You have a weapon on you.
No, I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
So
I have one in my vehicle, but I do not have a weapon on me.
Now this is when the cops arrive into the equation. They confront Ben saying, "Hey bub, what's going on here, Buster, huh? What's all the commotion?" And this is when a very intriguing narrative starts to unwind.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry, I reached too fast. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay. 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 I'll put the phone down. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, it's his job to keep the power on. That's why he chooses Grainger for professional-grade products and next-day delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call, click, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Him putting that phone down was harder than getting a child to eat their vegetables. He did not want to put that phone down because for him, it seems like he's fully content-brained, and all of this is great for the stream. So he really didn't want to put that phone down, but eventually he plays ball. But he makes sure to put it down in a way that it still captures him and all of the glory that's happening here. Which is so fucking weird why he wouldn't just turn the stream off here. He is proudly filming his most embarrassing moment in this dimension. He is going to the Doofus Club to receive high accommodation, and he's doing it with a smile on his face. I feel like I should mention that this wasn't something that caught him off guard. He even said earlier in the stream that he'd like the cops to show up. He knew that this was a very likely situation where cops would arrive at the scene, and he welcomed it with open arms. But now that they're here, it's not exactly seeming like he's all that happy to see them. And the officer just asked him a very important question. Is there anyone else in the car? And boy howdy, you're not ready for what comes next. I don't care how much you've studied the periodic table, you are not prepared for this element of surprise.
Okay. Who's in your car? Who's in my car? Yes. Okay. Who's in your car? Who's in my car? Who's in your truck, sir? Cassie is in my car. Cassie's in my car. All right, Cassie. Cassie's in my truck. My wife knows that we're here, by the way. She knows we came to do this. But my wife is aware. So we're live on YouTube. Okay. We got about 2,500 people watching. So Cassie's the girl I had an affair with. She's involved in the situation with me and this guy here.
My jaw was on the floor. I actually felt like I was watching some kind of early 2000s, like Young and the Restless, some kind of soap opera. Like, you couldn't have scripted that any more dramatic. Like, he starts taking those pauses, like, who's in my car? Sweat pouring down his face, maybe like a close-up zoom in. Well, let's, who's, in my car? That car. Yeah, who's my... And then eventually, he finally spits it out. Fucking Spit Boy Crypto here finally lets the officer know who's in the vehicle after he asked the question. The officer had to pull teeth to get there, but he finally states that the woman in the car is the woman he's cheating on his wife with. And then immediately, like, he knows Stream is watching because he made sure of it. He, for some reason, didn't anticipate that the officers would look at his car and realize there's another human being there, so I guess it just never even registered in his smooth brain that the officers were going to find out that the woman he's having an affair with is at the scene. Unless she activated some kind of active camouflage out of Halo or some shit, some kind of forbidden, you know, ninjutsu to disguise herself, like they were going to find her. And for some reason, he kept the stream on, even knowing that was going to happen. So he immediately starts talking to Stream, and not even the officers really, like, but my wife knows that Cassie and I are here. I had an affair with Cassie, but my wife knows we're here. You know, we had actually just come from my daughter's tennis match. She knows we're over here doing this. You know, it's not exactly scummy or slimy, because my wife knows that the woman I'm cheating on her with is here with me at the scene with this guy that I'm having this problem with.
In the situation with me and this guy here, my wife knows. We were just at my daughter's tennis match. Cassie and I have came over here because this man is extorting me. He's death threatening me. He stole my Lamborghini. My Lamborghini is in his garage right now.
The officer just did the kindest thing anyone's ever done for BitBoy Crypto in his whole life. He turned the show off. He takes his phone, turns it face down, so that people can no longer see all the action and all of that. Now, he doesn't turn the stream off, maybe he didn't know how, but he puts the phone face down and he leads BitBoy Crypto away from it, so you can't really hear him very well and you can't see anything anymore. So he just made it private, which is what this whole thing should have been in the first place. If all of these accusations are true and all of that, it should have been handled privately, and instead of turning it into a live stream and escalating to a point where you're bringing a fucking weapon to this guy's house. Now, the stream continues for about 18 minutes after this, but it's all just the void. So you can't see anything anymore. Eventually the stream ends. Now, the stream lasted just shy of 40 minutes, and throughout the entirety of it, he is speaking very rushed. He's very out of breath. Sometimes it really feels like he may be under the influence of something. Of course, you know, I'm not there with a fucking toxicology report. I'm just giving it the old eyeball test. He's just speaking in a way that feels like he's not in his right mind. He's not in a healthy headspace. And most of the community is attributing a lot of this to the really rough month BitBoy Crypto has had. I mentioned that I was reading up on the BitBoy Crypto cinematic universe. Well, that's a novel longer than Homer's Odyssey. It has so much that has happened in Ben's life over the last month that it has been an incredibly long read on getting caught up with the lore. But basically, he's had his whole life turned on its ass. It's in a position now where he feels he has been the victim of a scam, which a lot of people in the community felt was incredibly ironic and actually a gut-bustingly great joke, because for a long time BitBoy Crypto has actually had a reputation for being looked at as a scammer himself in the eyes of some people, with many feeling as though they've been victims of scams that he has run, allegedly. So when that information came out, the floodgates really started to open. A lot happened with his company, and he eventually was saying like he didn't even have $20 to fill up his tank of gas, and then was like asking the community for donations. It was a mess. But A lot of that has been going on over the last month, and then it led up to this, so there is speculation that perhaps this is his breaking point. This is him having a meltdown, a breakdown that he is streaming now. And I think that's probably accurate. This whole situation here doesn't exactly come from a thought process that's thinking rationally. Now, Ben did get arrested at the scene, but you can't put Big Ben in the pin for long. He spent about 8 hours in the slammer, according to his tweet this morning. He was charged with loitering, I guess, and he immediately took to Twitter to let the world know, you don't tussle with the muscle. According to BitBoy Crypto, he's been on steroids, and if that's the case, if that's true, I don't know where his muscles are. He must have minted those on the blockchain. Seems kind of a waste to be on steroids without actually working out. I also watched an interview where someone who has worked closely with Ben has accused him of suffering from roid rage, and I've seen a few people start to say that that's what this stream was, the product of a roid rage incident. I don't think that's the case, and I don't know how true the claim is that he has roid rage blow-ups from time to time, but I thought it was at least worth mentioning as, you know, a maybe that had something to do with this, but personally I don't think it did. He also did make a lot of other tweets this morning. One of them really just makes it feel like we're stuck in a fucking reality TV show with him now, where he's talking about Cassie, the woman that he's cheating on his wife with. He comes out screaming that he's not getting rid of Cassie, saying that his friends and family have lied, manipulated him, they want to break them up, but he's never getting rid of her, never. Then says, me, my wife, and Cassie are trying to figure this out. We're all grown adults capable of making our own decisions, and we don't need any of you to help us with that decision. So please butt out of my personal life as it relates to my relationships. He's right, it is a personal relationship, and it should be a private matter, but with BitBoy Crypto, there's no such thing as privacy. That word, doesn't exist. He, for a long time, has shared so much about himself and his life online, publicly, for a long time. So, obviously people know a lot about his situation because he kind of shares a lot of it. He may be a goofball, but he is correct about something here, that they are all adults and they can make their own decisions. That is true. But if I may chime in with a little unsolicited advice to his wife, don't stay with a man who's going to cheat on you. Why be faithful to a man who's not going to be faithful to you? If this was a polyamorous relationship and it was agreed upon in this marriage where they could see other people, that'd be one thing, that'd be fine, you'd be on the same page. But from everything that's been put out there, it was not a poly relationship. This was an extracurricular activity happening outside of the marriage. So if you want to try and work through it together, that's your right, that's totally fine, it's what you want to do. But just know, he has very much drawn a line in the sand. No matter what happens, come hell or high water, Cassie will be there. So basically you're now making a decision moving forward on whether you want to stay with BitBoy Crypto and also marry his mistress, because he's made it clear, she's not going anywhere. She's tagging along forever in this WWE match we call life. So again, they're adults, they can make their own decision what they want to do with this. This is a private matter that for some reason BitBoy just keeps taking publicly. But anyway, just a wildly dangerous and bafflingly unhinged situation here with this stream, and that's really about it. Just wanted to give you the
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is
the desperation for online attention on TikTok is a poison more potent than cyanide, but it doesn't kill you instantly. It's a long, drawn-out, painful, and embarrassing death. And today I want to talk about someone who's got a very severe terminal case of toxic clout goblin. It's a TikTok psychic named Ashley. You might have even heard of her by now because she's made a name for herself in the national headlines. She is a self-proclaimed TikTok clairvoyant.
Who's this man?
That's most critical.
Who's this man?
Most critical.
Okay, and?
This is his, like, first channel. And basically he's explaining, like, a lot of daily stuff.
For what?
Just cause.
What? What?
Alright, basically, alright, for this video, so he's talking about some TikTok detective talking about a woman's life, and which the title says she's innocent. I just started watching it.
What's it supposed to be about?
Just like stuff that's happening in real life.
Okay, give me another example of something you've already seen.
Alright, this is basically like his real life channel. Where he doesn't really do much gaming stuff. Oh yeah, this lady right here.
What is it?
She is a fake dentist. She basically took people's teeth, put them back in, and she barely knows how to do it. And the people who paid her to do it actually needed to get their mouth redone because the damage she did was worse than what she had fixed.
Is this some random news that he puts up here?
No, not all of it's random. Some of it's like big stuff.
But it's about news.
Yeah.
Where do you find these people? Why don't you just watch the news?
Because they explain it so weakly. They're weak.
So weakly? That's not even a proper way to say that. Go watch the news.
Hey, at least I'm looking at. At least it's not gaming stuff I'm watching.
Yeah.
The desperation.
Why would I be like, oh, that motherfucker look ugly? You want to wear your hair like that?
Alright guys, I'm back.
For online attention on TikTok is a poison more potent than cyanide, but it doesn't kill you instantly. It's a long, drawn-out, painful, and embarrassing death. And today I want to talk about someone who's got a very severe terminal case of toxic clout goblin. It's a TikTok psychic named Ashley. You might have even heard of her by now because she's made a name for herself in the national headlines. She is a self-proclaimed TikTok clairvoyant, who uses her psychic abilities to solve murders. And she recently took on the case of the University of Idaho killer who killed 4 students. The real killer was arrested, however, before Brian Koberger, the actual killer being accused here, the main suspect, was taken into custody, Ashley made a long series of videos accusing someone else named Rebecca Schofield of being the killer. It was based on nothing other than tarot card readings and Ashley's own gift of tapping into the universal consciousness. A YouTuber named Detozy recently made a great video covering some of her unhinged videos, but there are so many more. She basically just made a fan fiction about this completely innocent lady named Rebecca and framed her as the killer, and even convinced some brain-rotted individuals on TikTok that she was correct and Rebecca was the real killer. And even though Brian Koberger's been taken in with a ton of evidence against him, she is doubling down saying that they got it wrong and that she was right, and that it's the authorities' incompetence that's letting Rebecca get away with it. It's disgusting, really. Like, it's straight up just fucking deplorable. And now Ashley, the psychic superstar, is being sued by Rebecca for all this shit. And rightfully so. She completely deserves to get slapped around in court for this kind of garbage. And I just wanted to go over some of this with you because I truly was blown away by what I was hearing from her. It's a really interesting look into just pure delusion. Ashley really thinks she's like Mob from Mob Psycho, like some kind of crazy, powerful, psychic, like, hero. But in reality, she's just dangerously dumb. And then accusing innocent people of horrible crimes.
TikTok psychic.
I'm sure he'll set the stage, but just in case anyone doesn't know, TikTok investigator made a claim that they found the University of Idaho murderer responsible for the death of those 4 students, and they said it was their professor. And when, asked about evidence, and the evidence they presented was tarot card readings, I believe. So, not the most bulletproof of investigations out there, but who's to go against tarot cards, right? You'd be a fool to bet against the tarot cards. But you know how that story played out? The actual killer was caught, thanks in part to a Reddit post that they made. And now I believe this lady is getting sued.
TikToker by the name of Ashley, she started creating some pretty unhinged TikToks claiming that she knew who was behind all of this. And this is with zero proof, just visions. So disclaimer here.
Hey, and look how far Raven got with those visions. I wouldn't be shitting on that so heavily if I were you. You never know what she might envision next.
Before I begin this Who is Rebecca Schofield series and her motives for the University of Idaho students, let's just dispel the rumors. No, I do not know Rebecca Schofield. I'm not connected to her in any kind of way. I'm not emotionally tied to her or any of the victims. I'm not connected to anyone. I have no reason to lie on her. No.
But then, you know what? Who am I to chime in so early? She's still going over the process. I'm sorry for the interruption.
I did not just see her picture and name on the University of Idaho history page and then automatically feel it was her. This is not a feeling, this is knowledge. I have no feeling.
Knowledge from where?
I did a reading when I saw Rebecca Schofield on the history department's page on Rebecca Schofield and her connection.
Pardon me, detective. Wasn't one of the first things you said, I didn't just see her on this university page and start accusing her. And then immediately your process is, so I saw her on the university page and I decided to do a reading. Well then, this is quite watertight knowledge we're gathering here. Please continue to cook, I'm sorry.
Rebecca Schofield and Kaylee connected because she needed an advisor. She was about to
How does she know this?
It's called fan fiction. Get with the times.
She needed resolution for anything or anyone that was getting in the way of her ability to graduate about her sexuality. During this time
What is that?
Rebecca Schofield.
This is so much longer than I expected. I thought she just did like a single tarot card reading. It's like, look at this. She pulled the murderer card. So that's how I know she's guilty. She's just going through an entirely made-up story of fucking nothing.
Schofield is in a dream-like state. She's opened up that passion that she has suppressed for women that was now placed on Kaylee.
What?
She's explaining it like it's some random fanfic. There's fanfics written about me that are like have similar
about her desire for her, but also her desire for women and how she suppressed those desires because of tradition and societal viewpoints.
She wanted so badly to write the next 50 Shades of Grey, but wasn't able to actually find success on any of those erotic adult fan fiction sites. So instead she went to TikTok to try and do it, but she's using an actual case of murder. And then accusing a real person of being the murderer.
She said that she was so introspective that she lost her connection to her husband, and that she needed to focus on her finding her truth in her.
Speaking of truth, I want to see a little bit more about the lawsuit first. This is far more wild than I expected. I thought for sure this was just going to be a quick cut and dry, hey, tip Fedora. I pulled out my tarot card readings today, and look who turned out to be a murderer. This lady. Case closed. Thank you for attending my TED Talk. But man, she went with like fucking 15-minute audio book of like a girl-on-girl sexual erotica. What was her name? Warlock Holmes. That's pretty good. I like that. Oh, here it is. Professor Sue's TikToker who accused her in University of Idaho murders. That's a defamation lawsuit. Here, I'm just gonna read it to you like it's story time. Has she not said anything like public? Hold on, let me go to her TikTok. Is she doubling down? How old is this? This is 6 days ago. She's in here. She's still going. Rebecca Schofield, not the murderer, by the way, just a completely random person she did a tarot card reading on. Rebecca Schofield's Alibi, Part 2, Murder of 4 University of Idaho students. This would still be after they caught the real murderer. And she's still going.
It seems to be an impossible task set before me.
Because it is. You did a tarot card reading. It is an impossible task. This is after they caught the murderer, though.
It was fresh, you know, and I laughed at it. Didn't take it too seriously. But they keep saying the same thing because they lack creativity. They lack spirit. So they don't have a creative mind to say something different.
You accused an innocent elderly woman of being a murderer. What do you mean creativity and having fun with actual dead college kids and trying to pin it all on just some lady? Oh my god, what the fuck? The lack of remorse. The lack of shame.
Someone waits life coach just to say the same thing over and over. It's demonic. And it should be embarrassing. That's why a lot of them have fake pages. They're embarrassed to do it on their own page.
I will give her something. The lack of shame is refreshing. She's putting her whole face in here, saying it with her whole chest, being blatantly wrong. I appreciate that. That is nice to see. At this point, it's obvious. Rebecca Schofield silenced Kaylee through her ex. She wanted to silence me, so she contacted my ex. She needs like a legitimate psychiatric evaluation. This is like dangerously stupid. Holy shit, this is actually nuts. I thought for sure she'd be like, oh, it looks like I may have been wrong. The tarot cards were off. Like, try and save some face. But she's just doubling down on it.
Wants to be with Kaylee. She had a deep desire for her. It feels like love. Infatuation.
I understand why this Rebecca Schofield person is suing her, because this is just insane.
Or satisfied physically.
No, like actually true. I totally get it.
Imagine you're a professor.
To make sure he had plenty of resources so that he can actively put the energy in to manifest his dreams and his best life. She said his dreams are worthy of living. Said that he wasn't too old to learn, and that
this is like a plot to an anime.
She didn't ask.
And then he learned to do the Kamehameha wave. And then he trained on King Kai's planet.
I haven't been sued, so that's why some demand letters you take serious.
Man, it's looking a lot like Christmas over there.
Wrong. But the ones that are used as a scare tactic.
Yeah, that video aged very poorly.
I think that's how young women feel about me being at $75,000 lawsuit that I'm gonna win.
That's such a good filter. I thought it was real at first. That filter gets me every time. I love that fucking filter. Though, I mean, $75,000 lawsuit's not great. Like you don't have to pretend. I know that hurts. That hurts anyone. That's a lot of fucking money. I don't know why we're, like, posturing here. That shit hurts.
Oh my god. Discovering things about her. Because now everything I find out about her crime she committed of ordering of the 4 University of Idaho students, I have to save it.
You don't have to save it. There's no point in saving it. Just say whatever you have now, because it's gonna come out in court anyway. So, oh my goodness.
I really hope this is a public trial.
Because you're really
Holy
sitting
shit,
on
I
so
need
much
to see
information from, what, a tarot card reading? Oh my god.
Like, I have physical evidence against Rebecca Schofield that validates everything that I've said about her, but I can't speak on it now because
I would love to see the physical evidence she has to confirm that Rebecca Schofield was trying to get into a romantic relationship with Kaylee and that Rebecca Schofield was struggling with her own internalized lesbianism and all of that wild shit. And then talking about like how she had plans to leave her husband in order to spend the rest of her life with Kaylee and then having to hire an assassin to take her out. I would love to see the physical evidence she had for those claims. Oh, true, the tarot cards. That doesn't lie. That's a good point. I didn't even think about the tarot cards. That is going to be a crucial piece of evidence. She has an alt account, Ashley is God in the flesh, and she posts there frequently, updated 3 hours ago and said the investigators are wrong and she did the right thing using her gift for right reasons. Oh, yeah, good, there's still more. Ashley is God in the flesh, huh? That's like a major sin, by the way. She seems to be very religious. To claim that you are God is like a major no-no. It's like she never even read the Bible or knows anything about it for some reason. God fucking smited an entire town for making that golden statue of whatever it was.
then they took the bait with Brian Kohlberger. Brian Kohlberger he didn't make the smartest decision regarding the murders, but he didn't commit the murders. So the people that they should have been arresting is Rebecca Schofield and Jack DeFore. So stop blaming me for other people's ignorance, incompetence, or negligence. Yeah.
That's amazing. Holy Lord. What in the world? What a load of horseradish. This is fascinating. I also want to keep up with some of the commenters. They know what's up. That's why they issued the gag orders. Not to mention Brian is 100% sure to be exonerated. I want to keep up with every commenter as well and see what happens when it turns out Brian is most likely the murderer. I hope, Rebecca, if you're watching, I hope you will make the trial with Ashley live stream. That would be one of the most entertaining fucking things, because I know Ashley's going to represent herself. Absolutely. She's going to bring the tarot cards. She's going to bring some incense. Maybe a Ouija board. 100%. She's going to be like, watch this. I'm going to prove that it's Rebecca. I'm going to communicate with the dead students on my Ouija board. I have no doubt she would. Oh! Oh my god. Maybe Ashley does have spiritual powers. Holy Lord. Oh! I'm under a psychic attack. One of my little Warframe figurines fell over. Okay, never mind. Ashley's powerful. I take it back. Holy shit. She's got gifts no mortal was meant to wield. How are you jump scared easily? I'm not at all. I didn't expect that entire fucking Warframe figurine to fall over. What the fuck do you mean? That's like the exact opposite of being jump scared easily. It was a loud noise. Did you not hear it on stream? She's got this shungite now. Oh no. Her staff of shung.
It's time now for Guarantee of the Game, presented by AT&T. Massive playoff.
I have definitive proof that there are just some people out there that thrive off arguing over nothing. Their body isn't powered by food or water. They don't need nutrients to survive. They just need fury of a nonsensical, worthless argument. It's like a plant with photosynthesis absorbing sunlight, but for them, it's absorbing anger.
I'm trying to take my trash out.
Okay, and you can do that. I'm trying to go home. I just did work. Like, you don't need to swear at me because your dog, talk to your dog.
As a neighbor, you need to walk away.
As a neighbor, no, I don't. You should be able to control your dog. And I'm literally right here.
You're being weird. You need to exit the door.
Apparently right before filming, that woman's dog had like lunged at the lady filming or something like that. I don't think it was like aggressive or anything, but then the dog owner had a big ol' fucking conniption about the whole situation, and then it led to this.
You can go now.
I have a lot going on here. You need to be normal.
You need to be normal. You literally just told me to back the fuck up. I'm going to my home. Okay, and that's not how you speak to people. You could literally have said, no. I'm gonna send this to the office because this is ridiculous. I live here.
I am literally trying to.
You can go.
Is he attacking you?
Did I say he was? You acted like he was gonna attack me. I said hi to him. He ran up on me.
2 hands, buddy.
I love that she tried to play the I'm a woman card on a woman who's filming her. I don't know what the thought process was there. It's probably just one of her default tactics here, one of her ace in the hole type of maneuvers or anime finishing move with the I'm a woman, and it just clearly doesn't work in this situation. I can't fully even grasp what the fuck the problem is. The woman filming is doing nothing to impede the other lady's movement here. It's not like she's posted up like a bouncer to Lacrosse House asking who she knows and forbidding her from getting off the elevator or anything. She is inviting her to get off the elevator and go handle what she's gotta handle, take the trash out, do some whippets behind the dumpster of the apartment complex, whatever. And for some reason, this lady just keeps blocking the elevator for like 10 fucking minutes over nothing, just to sit here and screech.
Okay, and 2 hands.
The door, Fran.
Okay, you can get there. Yes, and you started hollering at me and screaming at me, and now I'm recording.
I got a broken
Okay,
foot.
that's between you and your broken foot, ma'am.
Yeah, and then the
okay.
office already knows that.
Okay, so you don't need to cuss at me. Okay, can you please go? I'm trying to go home.
She tries to throw a pity party, but nobody shows up. Starts complaining about her broken foot in the wambulance with a side of French fries. She's already come down here with her goofy little broken foot, so clearly she's fine walking on it and has no issue standing on it for a long time blocking this elevator. So I imagine her plan was to walk and accomplish whatever business she's down here for, whatever her objective was. I don't think she's here waiting for a stretcher to carry her there, so she's clearly already walking on that fucking fractured foot. Even though I guarantee that's a lie, I know her foot's not broken, she's just making shit up. I'm surprised she didn't go a little harder though and say some shit like her kids have been kidnapped and now the lady filming is going to be responsible for their death because she can't get the ransom money to the kidnapper or something.
Please hurry up. I'm literally just trying to go home.
You want to fucking start? Go to the stairs.
I'm going to send this to the office because this is unacceptable. I will.
This hurts. You understand how much this hurts?
And you would
I'm a
continue
military
going.
fucking woman.
Okay,
Get the
thank you
fuck
for
to
your
the stairs
assistance.
now. You did what? What
Thank
floor
you.
are you on?
I-
What floor?
you don't
on?
need to know that.
You want to fucking? I swear to God, we'll do this.
Okay.
I'm a single ass woman who decides for herself, and I would like to respect you, but
She's just diarrheaing every single... Hello there. Are you upset about that woman as well? I know. She's just vomiting out all of these useless platitudes. I'm a single-ass woman who provides for herself. What does that have to do with you blocking the elevator? Nothing. And I can't believe you're single. I don't understand what went awry there. I can't believe every man in the city isn't pursuing this absolute angel. That's weird. I also highly doubt that she actually did serve in the military. That just seems like yet another lie. So fucking stolen valor on top of that, most likely. And even still, that has nothing to do with you refusing to get off the elevator. That's the crazy thing. That is the wild thing. Her whole objective is off the elevator, which she can easily do, but refuses to out of just the principle and the love of the argument. Now, I know a lot of you are probably saying, why doesn't the woman filming just take the stairs and put an end to this madness? Just be the bigger person. Well, because fuck that. Patooey. That's a bunch of baloney. At this point, stay there, and if her foot really is broken, make sure that it is agonizing by the end of it, that shit swells up and doesn't heal properly. This lady is a piece of shit. I don't think the woman filming is in the wrong here for sticking around out of just sheer pettiness is the wrong word because it's not petty. She wants to go home and she might live on like a high floor in this complex and doesn't want to take the stairs, which is totally reasonable, especially after a long day at work. I think that's totally fine. This woman has no reason at all to be blocking the elevator for this long and refusing to let her go home. So, her taking the stairs is admitting defeat, and she shouldn't have to admit defeat in the face of such a fucking weak, useless opponent like this lady.
You didn't respect me as soon as you got off the elevator and told me to back the fuck up.
We're not doing this.
Okay.
You already know what you did.
Didn't do anything, but I'm definitely gonna record because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, you are recording. I'm aware of
Okay,
that.
I'm just letting you know that I'm sending this to the office.
All right.
You're the one
I
who's...
served my country. What the fuck have you done?
All right. Thank you for your service, ma'am.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this.
You're the one complaining.
Technology. Yeah. Christ, those logistics.
Her brain's really starting to malfunction now. That double core brain cell really starting to fall short here with a bit of a hiccup. She just starts humbugging technology. You and your technology, just mad that technology exists now because she's being filmed like Sasquatch. She's just getting real upset. Oh, you bitch! How could you fucking film me? I know you're filming, you bitch. Technology. Ugh. Also, I don't want to overlook that little zinger she slid in there about her service to the country. So she says, like, I served our country. What the fuck have you done? And it is eerily similar to an iconic speech from a legend from that viral trumpet fight video from a few years ago. You know the one I'm talking about, where like that goblin guy comes up and gets really upset because someone is playing the trumpet poorly. So he walks up to him and he's like, why are you disrupting the peace with this filth, this trash? I played the trumpet for 80 years. Who the fuck are you? I was first chair Los Angeles Philharmonics back when we still only had black and white television. Who the fuck are you? I played the trumpet on the night of Abraham Lincoln's assassination. Who the fuck are you? You know who I'm talking about. It's an iconic moment, and for a brief second here, this lady in the elevator was channeling some of his energy, and I appreciated the callback.
I quench that thirst.
It takes courage to embrace your extraordinary. Burberry Hero.
This foot is actually fractured. I swear to God.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for you, but the way you just disrespected me for no reason.
This is not happening.
I literally was just trying to go home. I literally got off of a long shift. I'm trying to go home.
Stairs. I have a fractured foot. Common sense.
Walk up.
It was around this moment where I was just completely lost and gave up hope of trying to even have a minuscule grasp of the situation. So it seems like the lady is now wanting to go up the elevator. So at first I thought she just wanted to go take the trash out and shit, but now it seems like they both wanted to go up the elevator, but the lady on the elevator told her to get off and take the stairs instead. Actually just making this whole problem out of thin air. All of this hoopla over nothing. And I guess the dog may have like approached the woman filming, which then caused the dog owner to freak out as if the person filming did something wrong because the dog came up to her. Like, that's now my understanding of it, though I think that could still be totally incorrect because none of this makes sense. The plot here is totally fucking lost. It's all nonsensical. I also like how she keeps going on about her broken foot, saying that it's common sense that someone with a fractured foot wants to use the elevator, so you should use the stairs. I don't even know where to start with that pile of shit statement. You're not wearing a boot or a cast or anything on it. It's not like it's immediately identifiable that you're injured, which I just don't think you are to begin with. You're just pulling things out of your ass. But regardless, how does that track? Like, how does that logic track? If your foot is broken or fractured and you use the elevator, why does that now prevent everyone else from using the elevator as well? It's not like you need the whole fucking elevator. You don't take up all that space.
How am I supposed to know that there's a person with a fractured foot getting on the elevator?
Signs all over here. Is your analysis
All I was trying to do is get on the elevator. You told me to back the fuck up. So I'm just confused. I'm definitely bringing this to the office because this is unacceptable. I should not be being treated this way in a place that I live by someone else who lives here too.
This lady's brain is trapped in Narnia. What are you talking about? What do the exit signs have to do with fucking anything about your stupid little boo-boo on your foot? Nothing! It has nothing to do with it! Jesus Christ! She's trying to find every possible thing to argue about because it is the only excitement she gets in her life. It's the only thing that keeps her going.
Can you move out of my way? And you started attacking me.
Are you serious? I really hope there's a camera
I
here.
am serious.
Oh my goodness. I'm glad there's stamps on this.
I already called them. I called them about it because there has been men who have been banging on my door.
That has nothing to do with me, ma'am.
I know, but I asked them for surveillance. Can you, because my door is up there. Men have been banging on my door, and I've opened it.
And I'm sorry that that's happening to you, but I didn't do that. I didn't do that to you.
Psychosis. This has to be a psychotic episode here. What the fuck does men banging on your door have to do with anything here? Because she's using it to point out like there's security cameras or something? I don't know. I also, you know, maybe there are men banging on her door playing Ding Dong Ditch on the creepy witch lady that lives in the apartment like the fucking ghost that haunts the halls. Maybe? I guess? But even still, that has nothing to do with anything here.
Can I please get home? I'm just trying to go home. It's been a long day.
Walk up the stairs.
You can walk out. I'm not taking up any of your space or time. You have all the space in the world. Please go.
I'm going to easy.
That's okay. No, I don't need to.
Now the narrative shifts again where it's her wanting to get out but refusing to get out because this lady wants to get in. And once again, the camera lady mentioned she has all the space in the world to just get the fuck off the elevator. She could just go. Take literally 3 steps and be done with this whole thing. But now she tries like, I'm a government agent card and you need to go up the stairs. You're under arrest. Give me your badge and your gun. You're off the case. Get up the stairs now. Jesus Christ. It's so weird that people like her exist.
I don't. You need to get off the medication that you're on. Can you please go?
I am on 0 medication.
Okay, then put down the drink, please.
Yeah.
Can you go?
There's no drink. What drink are you talking
The one that you drank before you got on the elevator. Your dog must want to go to the bathroom. You have trash to take out. Okay, you're not though.
Are we doing this?
Can you back up off of me? Because if you put your hands on me, I'm going to call the police on you. I'm trying to go.
That was a horror movie approach right there. She had that just shit her britches walk cycle coming at her, waddling up, getting right in her face. I really half expected her to dislocate her jaw and scream for a jump scare. That was some terrifying shit. Maybe her foot really is broken. And if that's the case, I'm glad that she's continuing to put so much pressure on it to make it worse. That is fantastic news here. Incredible strategy. She mentions that she's not on medication, but I think it's time they start exploring that option because there is something that's gone untreated here. This is not normal. This is not healthy. Or maybe the lady filming is correct in that she's just been hitting the alcohol hard and she's had a couple drinks already. Or maybe she took a stupid potion with breakfast. There's really so many possible explanations, but none of them excuse any of the behavior here.
Please back up.
I'm a government.
I do not care, but if you put your hands on me, I'm going to call the police. Can you see this? Do you see this? I just want somebody to. I'm just trying to get on the elevator.
She's crazy. There's stairs.
I'm gonna call the police if you do not stop.
Stairs
If you try to barricade me, I'm going to call the police.
Yeah.
Hit pause on whatever you're listening to and hit play on your next adventure. This fall, get double points on every qualified stay. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Visit bestwestern.com for complete terms and conditions.
I'm going to call the police.
Nobody's confused on how the elevator works. We're all just confused on why you're such an insufferable little asshole here. Just get off the elevator. Just get off the elevator. Go put the trash in the fucking dumpster. Oh my god. It goes on for so long. It just goes on for such an agonizingly long time period here. It takes like half the afternoon just with this random encounter NPC. It's fucking... like, I'm getting upset for her just having to watch it. It is the most annoying video I've seen in so long.
This is super fucking bad.
You're causing a disturbance. We live here. Everybody lives here. I'm just trying to go home. Thank you. You're not going in there. Yes, I am. And if you touch me, I'm going to call the police on you.
No. You want to go war?
All right. Well, I'm calling the police now. Okay. I'm going to call the police now.
It's like when you try and leave Kakiri Forest in Ocarina of Time and that guy's like preventing you, just stopping you at all times. Even when you think you have the angle and you make a run for it and he stops you yet again. That's what just happened at the end there. The lady finally abandoned her post for a brief second, but then right when the lady tries to finally get on the elevator and go home, she storms over with her broken, useless foot and says, nope, and puts the kibosh on it. For no reason, again. She just really doesn't want her getting on that elevator. And there's no explanation as to why. And then she eventually takes the elevator up and we don't see her again. So I guess her objective was to go up the entire time, which she could have done from the start. Even if her objective was to get off the elevator, she could have done it from the start. None of this had to happen. This is just one of those repulsive people that love to argue and make an issue out of nothing and cause an inconvenience to everyone around them. It's fucking sad. It's just downright pathetic. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah. The word influencer is without a doubt one of the worst terms we've ever widely adopted. It is just such a yucky term, but there's a way of making it even worse if you put the word mom in front of it. Mom influencer, upon just hearing that, induces nausea. It's like a real brown note. For those that don't know, the brown note is a legendary myth in music. It's basically a forbidden jutsu, but for sound. Fundamentally, it boils down to a frequency that, when exposed to a person, causes them to void their bowels, causes fecal incontinence. So you shit your pants when you hear the brown note and you have no control over it. The term mom influencer does something similar, but instead of just pooping your britches, you get sick. I think there's nothing wrong with mothers making internet content on, parenthood or educational content on what it's like to be a mom. That's all great, that's wholesome. But then there's a step too far into lunacy where you cross into the dark side of the force here. And that's mom influencers that use their children like props for them in their videos for their own online fame and clout. I feel like those kind of parents don't care about their children at all. They're just living vicariously through them in order to fulfill something in their life that they were unable to do on their own, so now they use their children for that online, brownie point shit and attention. And that's what we're talking about today, with one mom influencer in particular. Her name's Katie, and a couple years ago she made a viral video about how her children were nearly kidnapped outside of a Michael's. And boy howdy, would you believe it, it turns out it was a load of baloney. She made it all up for internet clout. But this also came at the expense of two actual people here that she accused of being the ones to try and kidnap her kids, and she did report it to the police. So not only did she fabricate the story, she nearly had two innocent people fucked for life for this. So it is downright evil and degenerate. And now, it's a few years later, she has been convicted for lying about this. Her sentencing is upcoming, but it's very nice to see justice finally being served. It's a little upsetting it's taken so long, but you know what, we're here. Now let's get you caught up on the story, because it's a wild one.
This morning, a popular social media influencer who falsely accused a couple of trying to kidnap her children, now convicted of lying about the whole ordeal.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial...
Monday of this week, my children were the targets of attempted kidnap.
This is the face of a fib. She's not being truthful. She now owes a quarter into the lie jar. And that jar's gonna be filled to the brim after this case, because she's a fucking liar. So, Katie went on Instagram, made this story accusing two random people at a Michael's store she was at of trying to kidnap her kids outside of Michael's.
And I want to share that story with you in an effort to raise awareness as to what signs to look for.
The whole idea behind all of this is so silly. Hey guys, my kids were almost kidnapped. Now let me tell you what I learned about this experience. Make sure to slap that like button for more kidnapping avoidance tutorials, And stay tuned next week where I throw my kids into a coal mine and we see what happens to their lungs so I can give you educational content on how to avoid children in coal mines. Like, what do you mean signs to look out for in the case here of the kidnapping outside of Michael's? What? Giant trench coat? If there's a couple with a huge trench coat and they're stuffing kids inside of there, big red flag. And watch out for the stork coming through and grabbing your kids with their big fucking talons. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Now, of course, there could be real advice you could give to somebody on, like, signs to look out for creepy people that might be up to no good. Like, hey, maybe if these people are stalking you throughout Michael's and following you to your car, you know, then maybe you should alert people around you, that kind of thing. Or just making people aware, like, there's nothing wrong with involving outsiders if you feel like you're in a situation that could be potentially dangerous. That's all fine advice. But it's not the advice she's aiming to give here. She even says that, you know, parents are too preoccupied with making sure their kids are masked up that they no longer look at them, so it just leaves an opportunity for a stranger to come in and fucking steal the stroller out from under their nose or something, like at least alludes to that. Keep in mind, this was a few years ago during the height of the pandemic, so masks were a huge talking point. So she makes, like, the point she's making about, like, signs to look out for are basically just, like, open your eyes. She's basically just telling people to be a parent. It's ridiculous. The story she tells here offers no good insight on things to be aware of, unless you're an absolute fucking oblivious idiot to everything around you. Like, these are all things people would absolutely notice and be uncomfortable with, the same way she is in the video. Of course, it's all made up at the end of the day, but still, like, the whole purpose behind it and the message she tried to get across makes no sense. It's so laughable. Found the full video. It's like 15 minutes long, and it is one of the most descriptive things I've ever listened to for a completely make-believe story. She talks about this story like she's in a creative writing course and giving a presentation in front of the class for a piece of fiction that she wrote. It's outrageous the amount of detail she goes into, like when she's getting to the climax of everything where the stroller was almost snatched and her children abducted. She's talking about like they took 2 steps forward but then 3 steps back. They did the hokey pokey and they turned themselves around. You know, I saw the fear wash over me. I could feel it. My pupils were dilating as this absolute menace, this villain, was approaching me with ill intent and malicious aura surrounding them, like a bat out of hell. It's outrageous. It is all completely fucking fanfic make-believe.
Falsely claiming that strangers tried to kidnap her 2 young children on December 7, 2020, outside the Petaluma, California Michael's store. The Sonoma County DA's office says the videos were posted about a week after Sorensen reported the supposed kidnapping attempt to police.
So what's wild is she didn't just make this story up for the sake of Instagram views and likes. She did report this incident to the police, who pretty quickly were able to dismiss it as a bunch of fucking hoo-ha. They immediately really realized that the events she was describing on Instagram were completely different than the events that she had described to the authorities. It was wildly different, and after talking to the couple in the clip you saw there, that photo of the couple, after talking with them, they realized that there's no evidence at all. There's no witnesses, there's nothing to corroborate anything that Katie was ever saying. Which is weird because in Katie's story on Instagram, she even talks about like some fucking vigilante, a hero that was there to come and help her out and save the day, really. So it's weird that there wouldn't be any witnesses to confirm any of this happened. So all of it is just so scummy and baffling that she would do something like this for the sake of internet clout. Because she didn't just go home and make this video, she did report this to the police. Why? Why go that step forward? I guess in case people would call her out on it, she'd be able to pull up a police report or something, but she should have known that they would have gotten to the bottom of this and realized that it was all a lie. And reporting a false crime is a crime. You can't do that. You can't just knowingly make some shit up and then report it to authorities and then potentially ruin the lives of the people that you are falsely accusing. That's just downright evil.
In the video, Sorensen described a number of details about the alleged incident that hadn't been disclosed to police. The accused couple, Sadie and Eddie Martinez, say they actually recognized themselves in this photo and came forward to deny Sorensen's claims.
She wanted a stronger following. She was looking for, content for her fame and her income. and at our expense.
I think they're absolutely correct. I think the main motivator behind all of this was just that internet attention. A little fucking clout goblin was born on this day, and it did work for however brief a time. Katie did receive a lot of love, got a lot of new followers on Instagram, had a huge outpouring of just well wishes from the community for such a traumatic experience, and her bravery for sharing it and all of that. And she did build a big following from all of this at their expense. But her house of cards has now come crumbling down clearly, and there were already signs that this was very fishy even a few years ago, where authorities were like, this is a bunch of mumbo jumbo. This isn't real. There's something goofy afoot here. So this has been a long time in the oven here cooking, and now we've reached the point where she doesn't have that following anymore. She lost some of her most avid supporters, clearly, because you can't really support someone that does something like this. So now the only thing she has is potentially 6 months in the slammer for this.
Sorensen's attorney maintains his client did not lie to police.
She misperceived and misunderstood a series of random events which were occurring around her and made a honest report to the police on December 7th.
That man looks fearful for his life right there. I don't know what's going on, if he's some kind of like prototype android that's having a hard time expressing emotion, or if Katie's threatening him with some kind of wild accusations and he's feeling the pressure. That man was robotic. But basically the defense is, Katie was too fucking stupid to understand what was happening, so she ended up just making a report that is completely not grounded in reality at all. And we're very sorry that she's so dumb. So they're just playing the she's an absolute idiot card, which I guess is becoming a very popular defense. There's a difference between being stupid and being dangerously stupid. If you're the kind of person that's so fucking dumb that you start making false reports and accusing innocent people of heinous crimes, that's still not excusable. You can't just write it off as, they're just a quirky weirdo that's dumb. You can't do that. They still need to face punishment for that. So even if the guy here is correct in that she just misperceived everything, she still needs to be punished for falsely accusing this couple of things that just didn't happen.
Her attorney adding that it was when Sorensen reviewed the evidence that she realized she was wrong.
I don't think she had any understanding of how this would spread and the impact it would cause.
But some legal experts say this verdict is about accountability.
This is a woman who lied for clicks at the expense of a couple in California who wrongly accused them of a very serious crime.
I agree. Katie does need to be held accountable for what she's done here. I personally think this wasn't just some like, oops-a-daisy, I'm so dumb moment, I misunderstood everything that happened and made up an entire story around it, silly me. I really think this was a calculated content play where she knew a video like this would garner a lot of support. Because, obviously, who doesn't want to rally behind a mother who went through a traumatic experience but came out okay and is using that as an opportunity to try and educate people in her community to be better prepared for scary things like that in the future. She probably knew that this video would go Insano style on views and engagement, so she went for it. And man, what a terrible idea it was. I don't buy the whole narrative that she's just a bumbling fucking idiot who just misunderstood everything. I think that's a load of hogwash. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about this story because it's a weird one. That's about it. Yeah.
When a child is in the hospital, visitors come to say hello. And when visiting hours are over, they leave. But family does whatever it takes to stay. At Ronald McDonald House, we believe families shouldn't have to fight alone. So we make sure they have everything they need with a community of support, warm meals, and a place to rest. Because when a child is sick, family stays, and Ronald McDonald House stays with them. Donate today at ronaldmcdonaldhouse.org.
Okay. Let's start with the Island Boys. The only thing that I know about the Island Boys outside of course, their chart topper is they used to do cameos for the U.S. military where they try and recruit people. So people would pay them from the U.S. military to, like, shout them out and try and get kids to join the military. And then there was Sergeant Vasquez, who paid the Island Boys to appeal to his upper management about not kicking him out. So that was pretty cool.
The Island Boys were instantly judged as two talentless bozos who had covered themselves in tattoos,
True.
and as a result, people began to follow them for their stupidity as opposed to their talent.
And I think they're entertaining, and I follow them because they're entertaining.
Yeah.
I love to
Who's
see
your
the
friend?
stupid
One?
shit that they say.
Now, the difference between the Island Boys and someone like 6ix9ine is that while 6ix9ine also got famous in part by his over-the-top ridiculous appearance, he actually has a decent portfolio of music.
His music usually did really well on the charts.
Beginning. He then becomes well known, people check out his music, and then some.
A bit curious, has there been an example of someone who started as like a punching bag and then got famous for it and never fell off? Because think of all of your most popular memes and most popular like lol cows. It only works for like maybe a couple months. It never lasts forever. Oh, actually, that was a really bad baby. Yeah, that started as Dr. Phil, people making fun of her. And she's had an extremely successful career as a result. You're right. Anyone else, though? I don't know why people keep saying Justin Bieber. His career was music. Shitty music, for the most part, sure. But people liked the music. Nobody ever liked the Island Boys' music. They only ever made fun of them. So that doesn't really count. People that literally only existed to be made fun of and then had a successful career as people to just keep making fun of. That's what the Island Boys were. It's not like they had... Like, a lot of people got their start as a joke, but also contributed something that people might actually like music or whatever. They haven't done that. Joji. What are you talking about? Joji was an extremely popular YouTuber. I think the only actual example is actually going to be Bad Baby.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now, and the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Think about a hater. A hater is watching you sometimes more than a person that loves you. Yeah, and if they're hating on me, it's just because they really love me. Because I see the haters check up on me more.
Didn't they also, like, lose their mind here and get upset?
It's people kind of hold against you as a grudge is that
Is
like,
there some
your
medical?
image is crazy and you're sort of famous, but maybe the music isn't necessarily the reason why you guys are so known.
Right.
One of the Island Boys would go on to state that the other reason they had so many haters was because of jealousy.
Just hating on me or whatever. And it's
That's
just a
always
form
the
of
one.
jealousy, either that, because I'm not really doing nothing.
Which is just another.
Everyone always says that. Like, when someone's getting a ton of, like, backlash, the immediate thing they fall back on is jealousy. It reminds me of shit people or parents would tell their kids in middle school if they were just getting bullied. It's like, yeah, they're jealous. I was like, nah, maybe your kid's a loser. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things, like, it's just, I guess growing up you just get told if someone's being mean, it's because they're jealous or whatever.
I worked my ass off. It's not even just the Island Boys. It's the fact that we went through so many obstacles, it was just bound to happen.
Now, it'd be a cheap shot to say that there was no hard work. I'm sure the Island Boys had to have...
No, you can say that with confidence. There was no hard work.
And this is one of the...
In the singing?
The only ones that are talented in the singing.
And this is one of the strangest parts about...
Is that what he said? In the singing? Oh, in the scene. Oh, in the scene. Okay. Now, have they... I guess I'll look it up real quick. Do they actually make music? Because, again, all I know them for now is they just do recruitment for the U.S. Army through Cameo. Island Boys get booed on stage. That sounds about right.
So basically, when I was locked up, I was probably one of the only people in the dorm that knew how to rap, that knew how to freestyle, but didn't care. I think me as a rapper, my music is underestimated though. Yeah, for sure.
What music? Do you make music?
Going back to the Impulsive podcast, the Island Boys seemed pretty proud that they had paved their own path after Mike would ask them about which rappers they had been inspired.
So another thing though, and it didn't help, they were also harbinging or giving. What the fuck was the charge? They had a murderer stay with them, right? A guy had just killed someone, and the Island Boys said, yeah, you can just stay here for a while to lay low. What was the charge? Was it aiding and abetting? So it's not just that they're unlikable, which they are, and untalented, which they are. It's that they also make the dumbest fucking decisions of all time. He killed a child? Yeah, I guess so. I don't remember the story, but yeah, apparently an 8-year-old girl was the victim. It was a drive-by shooting.
Is that why you guys have such a unique sound?
Yeah. We don't listen to
That's
that
so
kind of-
nice to call it a
Nowadays,
unique
I
sound.
used to listen. I agree with you guys to an extent of not like being swayed.
Dude,
by,
they're just
by
fucking with
other
them?
people,
Yeah.
But also at the same
I
time,
can
like
tell.
the current winners in the culture act as like guardrails and guidelines for what you do with your craft.
Mike is 100% correct here.
I think if God forbid it doesn't go in your guys' direction, for real, I think you guys take all of your jewelry assets and invest into something. So you guys will never ever.
Oh, yeah, have you heard of
After storming
NFTs?
out of you, their emotional response to what George had to say is also a pretty good indication that the Island Boys are probably pretty unwise and insecure when it comes to their financial situation.
So what are they doing on TikTok now? I haven't checked in a long time, actually. Let's see. They're the Island Boys on... No, they're not. What are they? They're Kodiak something, actually? Oh, Fly Soldier. Oh boy, their views are not doing well. Oh boy. Alright, what's this one? This is... Y'all got room for one more.
Y'all got room for one more. Well, to become an Island Boy, you gotta be special. You gotta have talent.
Mhm.
You also have to look a certain way. You gotta be cleaned up at all times.
Mhm.
And then you also have to, entertain us. Because the Island Boys, me and him, like to be entertained by people. And you gotta really have the
What is that, like a court jester then?
criteria.
I can't believe they're not doing well. That sounds fucking amazing. Oh my god, they did recruit a third Island Boy. Yeah, it looks like they recruited a third Island Boy. Welcome to the family, man. Yeah, they're struggling though. Sonny is not wrong. They're not breaking 100K on all their videos anymore.
Be sustained, or if that could be translated into a successful career long term.
Before going on to...
Again, people keep saying music artists they don't like. People unironically listen to someone like Lil Pump. No one unironically listens to the Island Boys. That's the difference. Lil Pump was a joke. People made fun of him, but then he kept making music that some people liked. Now, do I agree with them? No, I think they are objectively wrong with their opinion. If you like Lil Pump, you just know that you are wrong. And you make me sick. But people do like it. Nobody listens to the Island Boys. That's the difference. They don't even make music, from what it seems like. It seems like they just sit in a jacuzzi and ask people to join the Island Boys.
Possible. I doubt he's making any new money like how Island Boys are. We are successful and happy in life.
Which would be followed.
Also, a little heads up, I don't think the Island Boys have much money to begin with. Just as a quick peruse through their TikTok, it seems like the only money they make is when the US Army hires them to do a cameo for recruitment. And you can't really monetize TikTok. The Creator Fund, I think, pays out, what is it, $1,000 per like 20 million views or something? It's something absurd. And they're not getting 20 million views a month. So I don't think that they're pulling that kind of money. I could be wrong though. It's been a long time since I looked at the TikTok Creator Fund. All I know is that it's not very good. It's a little better than the YouTube Shorts Creator Fund, but not by much. Charlie, you're wrong. Bro, I have a channel that has shorts on it. You know how much money that makes a month on just shorts? Less than $100 sometimes. And that's off of like 30 million views on the shorts a month. And the TikTok Creator Fund is just a little bit better than that. So I can extrapolate to a certain degree.
It's short-term hustling. And we've seen this exact same quote-unquote business model, I guess you could call it, being done, but this doesn't last.
Nice. And it didn't. It does not seem like it lasts. But they gave it their best. God damn it. That jacuzzi wasn't gonna get satin in itself. Yeah, we'll watch this one. I don't know anything about the 1,000 Pound Sisters, so I think it's just a really sad thing. But I am very curious to see about this scam.
Yesterday, Tammy went into the hospital. She has pneumonia and she can't breathe. I set up a GoFundMe account if y'all could donate a penny.
The Slayton sisters would turn their entire audience against them through controversy after controversy, peaking with one of the most ambitious scandals in YouTube history, a GoFundMe for Tammy Slayton's funeral, who had an...
That is bold.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment.
Yesterday, one of the largest and longest running scams in Twitch history was brought to light. It was led by a streamer named It's Slicker, and it wasn't like some big, tight operation or anything. It's Slicker is a streamer that was friends with many other streamers and had a very strong community, and over the course of a couple years, he asked many of his viewers, his mods, and his friends for loans, promising to pay them back within a few months, but never did. And in total, it looks like he may have scammed around $300,000 from viewers, mods, and friends. However, the exact total isn't known, and yesterday Slicker even admitted all of it on stream. And I just want to preface this video by saying it does involve gambling. Slicker has a self-admitted gambling addiction, and it's a very serious and debilitating illness, but it doesn't excuse any of Slicker's behavior. The scamming is absolutely indefensible. Now what you're going to see is the real-time investigation that I conducted on stream that'll show the whole story and go over everything. These are some hefty accusations here. I'm going to have to get the monocle out and take a peek for myself. Get to the bottom of this one. He got 27k from a streamer? I feel like we're just making shit up now. I don't believe that. A streamer gave him 27k? Lent him 27k? Who? Scroll down. I don't want spoilers. I want to go in order.
Yo, Tattoo, what's up, baby? I hope you don't hate me on this. It's so cringe, and I'm cringe for asking my brother, please do not hate me.
No.
Keep it personal as well. Basically, my bank account got locked. This has happened for like 3-4 days. I've been asking around people, sadly. Today, well, tomorrow is the last day until my...
Just a quick pet peeve. I don't mean to immediately cut him off. I hate videos that are like this. The pretending to look busy. Oh, it's also really low, isn't it? I still have it set on volume from last night here, sorry. I hate it. Like, he's just acting like he's got things going on, like shuffling around the house at a weird angle. Oh, it's just such a weird vibe. Like, if you're gonna film a video, just sit still and do it. Don't just like wander around aimlessly like an NPC glitching out in a quest line. It's just much simpler.
They got locked out, and I was looking for people that actually worked, and that I could ask if I could borrow from, and I'll pay back. Genuinely, give me 2 months and I can pay back. If you can't, no worries, my brother. If you can, but please, don't feel forced. Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't get in the call to do this. It's so I feel genuinely embarrassed. I've asked a few streamers, they couldn't help, and
oh,
yeah,
don't be embarrassed, no shame.
So I just went out, asked a few subs I've noticed, and yeah, that's why I also asked for your age, because I don't...
Okay. So the story is, he asked his viewers, as well as streamers I suppose, to send him money saying he'd pay them back in 2 months, and never has. That's the gist of it, right? Turn up more. I mean, it's maxed on both OBS and here. Just he was doing like ASMR for this fucking video. Okay, and then I saw this in the comments, but I haven't clicked any yet, so let's go through these. Hopefully this is chronologically ordered. It's LSF, I would expect nothing else. Alphabetized as well. Perhaps using the Dewey Decimal System. Read the convo, still got my issue with money, you can't borrow for a few days, and I bust back. Nah, sorry bro, legit. What's the issue anyway? 200 quid for 300. Can't be bothered explaining. Long story with my accountant. You get that in 2 days or less, or even today or tomorrow. You get an extra 100 quid. Sounds like a RuneScape scam. I'm assuming this is just a viewer. Oh, okay, I see. So at the end of the clip, I thought I might have misheard him because he's fucking whispering into my ear, like little sweet nothings. He asked his age, didn't he? That's what he said at the end of the clip, right?
It's okay. So I just went out, asked a few subs I've noticed, and yeah. That's why I also asked for your age, because I don't...
That's why I also asked for your age. It looks like he did that to a lot of people, because this starts with, I'm almost 17, and yeah. Which means he probably asked, how old are you? Okay. Wait, you work at 16? What the fuck? Yeah, kinda common. At 16, bro? Never mind, I need a fave, but I feel you're young to ask. Oh. God, what a creepy vibe. Jesus. My bank got temp locked and I need to buy my mother a plane ticket to Iraq since my GMA got corona. Plane ticket cost $5.75, but I don't know, man. I don't know who to ask. I won't ask a streamer because their ego is nasty as fuck. One of his loyal viewers gave him 7K? Oh, God! October, November, December, June. Oh, my lord. These were monthly payments. What was he running? A protection racket or something? Like the mafia? What did he do with the money? Like, does he just spend it on, like, gambling? Does he, like, dump it into cars? What does he do? Full disclosure, I'm not super familiar with Slicker. I've only met him, like, twice. One of them was during a League of Legends tournament, and that was pretty miserable. Not because of him, just the tournament itself. We just got steamrolled. So I'm not, like, really familiar with him overall. But this seems pretty bad. It's always the same stuff. I don't understand. As a streamer, how can you be so low IQ? Everything gets leaked. Literally everything gets leaked. So if you're scamming viewers and streamers alike, how can you possibly think for 1 second that's never gonna come up? God. It has to be gambling. It has to be gambling. I can't imagine what else he's spending this money on. Is he big into gambling? Literally everyone is saying yes. Does he gamble on stream, or is this just like an in-person thing? Yeah, that's what chat was saying. He took 28K from someone named Luca. Luke AFK. We haven't gotten that far yet. That's just like a little spoilers from chat. Such a weird cold open too. Yo, bro. Yo, how old are you? Like, who opens with that? Well, this time he actually did a call. Damn, this one was only, like, 3 weeks ago. August 29th. Oh my god, this one was last week! Oh, Jesus! What the fuck? And then the streamers people mentioned Minx, Ludwig, Slime, and Luke AFK. Is there any others? So apparently Ludwig and Slime both gave him money. Minx gave him money, and Luke AFK apparently gave 27K. Or 28K.
I lost 27,000. From giving a lens to Slicker.
God, that's so
I thought
painful.
I could trust him, and I guess I just couldn't, bro. And I'm honestly like I'm really fucking sad about it. You know, like I'm actually.
Well, as anyone would be, 27 grand, 27,000 barnacles. Oh, bro, that guy probably thought himself a saint for a while. Like, damn, that's my good deed for the next 5 years. Because, I mean, judging by all these screenshots, Slicker was coming up with really big sob stories, so he was probably like, damn, I just saved this guy's life. When really all he did was fund a couple extra spins. That's a year's wage for some people. Yeah, it is. That's a lot of doubloons. He asked me to in DMs on Twitter. I'm ex-Twitch staff admin. He asked me out of the blue on Twitter, and he signed a gambling sponsorship a couple days ago and got paid up front 5K. Jesus Christ. I'm almost insulted he never asked me. What the fuck? Why would... I'm not good enough to ask for money? Okay, Slicker, whatever. I don't think I follow him on Twitter, that might be why. Damn. Drats. No, I don't trust that shit. I don't blame people, like his viewers, for believing that story. But just as a general lesson, a streamer of Slicker's size is never going to have money trouble unless quite literally they have an absolutely debilitating gambling addiction and they have spent every dime. If I remember correctly, he holds 5K subs, right? Somewhere in that ballpark, 3 or 5K subs. You have to be remarkably irresponsible with your money to be anywhere close to not well off. Because that's just subs. No, he holds around 1.6 now. What? When he was on my League of Legends team, he had like 5K subs. What happened? That was only like 8 months ago. He has 600 subs and averages 600 viewers. Well, I'm gonna look for myself. Because if that's true, that's a colossal fall off in a very short amount of time. Oh, wow. What the fuck happened? Did he stop streaming? My lord. That shit's looking like Netflix stock.
He's awake right now. I know for sure he's awake.
Yeah, he probably asked for money around this time.
Sure he's awake. I don't give a shit. Dude,
mods were unbanned.
Is he using Skype?
he scammed his own mods? Are you fucking kidding me?
That's not surprising. He scammed everyone. That's equal opportunity scamming right there, baby.
He tweeted he'll address it tomorrow.
I have no doubt that'll go well. Unless this is all like one giant disinformation campaign, I don't know how you really come back from it. But there's so many reports from so many streamers, viewers, and mods. I don't know how you come back from it. He even filmed himself asking for money. But I'm always open to hearing the other side. And I know that stream's gonna be a banger.
You might be banned by tomorrow, bro. What do you mean? Why would you get banned? What do you mean?
Bro, I'll just say it here as well. My intentions were not to scam. I have paid a few people back, but I'll say it on stream tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, why did you pay the streamers back and not the people who...
That doesn't really save it though. If the intention wasn't to scam, that's not really the problem. Here's my guess. The intention was to make up for losses from gambling, and his idea was not too dissimilar from like a pyramid scheme almost, right? You take in a big influx of money and you pay the investors back with the incoming stuff, right? So his idea was probably, I'll take this money in, I'll win big gambling, and I'll pay them back, and now I'm up. Or Ponzi, not pyramid. Ponzi. Sorry, I got him fucked up. That's my guess. Again, I'm not super familiar with Slicker, but that's what it sounds like to me. I fully believe him that his intention wasn't just to take money from these people without paying them back. He truly believed he would be able to make more money with their money and pay them back. But you know how that goes. He could start a GoFundMe. Yeah. Feel really bad for all those people. That's a lot of lost money. Yeah. You can't help but feel bad for the people that thought they were doing a good thing to help out someone they liked. Bro, imagine though. Imagine Slicker won big. Fucking fat, big buckaroos. The massive mega jackpot Omega Millions. He pays everyone back, and he's still viewed positively. Just get better at gambling, idiot. It's free money, eventually. Yep, that's the stat. 90% of gamblers quit right before the big win. Heartbreaking. But the good news is it doesn't seem like he ever quit, so he's still due for that big win. Do you think you can get arrested for this? I don't know, man. What do I look like? The authorities? I have no fucking clue. I guess it would depend on what the people he scammed choose to do. Because, I mean, you can't, like, scam legally, right? Like, you can get sued. So it'd be up to them to, like, press it forward. But then they'd be out even more money. So here's his first ask. So looking for $1,000 here. Which is like the standard ask he seems to have been doing. Oh, I see my cam's blocking it. I'll just read it. I don't feel like moving the cam. If I asked, would it be okay to borrow and I get you when I'm back? Don't worry, King, you can say no. Keep it personal as well because I'm embarrassed. I recorded that because they won't allow screenshots on the app. Is $1,000 okay? I got you. An extra, are you able to do Bitcoin King in case you think I'm hacked? Or PayPal is fine. Thank you so much. It's okay. It would mean a lot. But believe me, 1K is fine. Thank you. I got it. So that's Lakari. He sent through the money. Slicker confirmed he got it. And then this is Slicker attempting to pay him back. He shows a screenshot of money that was supposedly sent to Lakari. But then it turns out it wasn't. It turns out it was canceled. So he's like, oh, what in tarnation? What the fuck? That's weird. It's gone from my bank now. So he didn't pay him back. Oh no. How is this? It just keeps getting worse. Botez lended him 10K. Oh. Did she just say that? Let's see. This is hot off the press right now. I wonder if we can tally up the total amount that he was able to scam if enough people come forward with their receipts. They're tallying it up on Asmon's stream and they're saying it's right around 200K plus. Not bad. not bad. Wow. Damn, he's good. Yeah, he's good. I'm surprised he was able to do it for so long, especially with such a weird opener. Again, like, look at these screenshots. Almost all of them start with, how old are you? And immediately went to the very only one that isn't opened like that. Okay, my god. Yeah. Just a cold opener with how old are you? That's just with random viewers, though. He's far more personal with streamers and friends. I just pulled up the Lakari post. Yeah, I agree. He was a lot more, like, I wouldn't necessarily say personal, though. He just made it a lot sadder. So, like with Lakari, he was like, look, you can say no. It's totally fine if you say no. I'll still think you're a king, but listen, king, I need $1,000. And again, you can say no, but it'd really mean a lot to me if you gave me $1,000. Believe me, I'll pay you back and then some. So if $1,000 would be really appreciated. But again, you don't have to. But I would really appreciate it if you did. Here's my PayPal. Here's a Tempest. I don't. So apparently on Asmon's stream, they're tallying it up and they're saying it's like a little north of 200K. I don't think it's 200K. If I had to guess based on all of the ones I know about, like that I've seen so far, I would say it's probably right around that 125 to 150 grand ballpark. That would be my guess. I don't know how many of his mods he scammed though. That's the thing. Train did give him $100,000. Not surprised.
Never won.
Is this true?
200,000. My father has this. I need to get help.
That's true.
How? I always wished I could get help from it.
There are so many courses and places to help with gambling addiction. There's a ton of options.
Keep a little bit for myself, gamble the money. See if I can win and maybe owe people back with that money. I lose that money.
Exactly what I thought.
I don't know what to do. Then I ask someone else, hey, can you give me 500?
That is exactly what we were all speculating. Unlucky.
This is not a man. These gambling sites you're witnessing, yeah, I was actually I was gonna do some sponsors. I don't know.
I mean, so far it seems like he's not making any excuses. He's not trying to sugarcoat it. He has a gambling addiction.
How can you trust me?
And it's completely ruined him.
How can you trust me?
Started with CSGO. Like he would use the money he'd beg for CSGO cases? Or is that where he attributes like the start of his addiction? What you just saw is legitimate gambling addiction, the darkest side of it. People like to downplay it a lot, but that is actually life-ruining. What's the stat? 1 in 4 gambling addicts take their own life? It is a legitimately, like, life-ruining addiction that people will make light of. It's 1 in 5. 1 in 5. I knew it was something like that. But you have to push for the max win. I mean, you're right. You're guaranteed a max win at some point in your life. It's just a matter of, are you man enough to stick it out? That's right. Amen, brother. I hope Slicker gets the help that he needs. Gambling addiction's fucking rough. And hopefully the people that got scammed get their money back somehow. So, let me see the clips. Chat was kind of giving me the dirty details as they unfolded. It seems that roughly, what, 50 or so victims? The clips have an update. Oh, here we go.
Ever since CS.
And Train Trainwreck's TV gave 100 grand, like just straight up that's one person, 100 grand. And we also know Luke AFK gave 28 grand. We know Botez gave 10 grand. And these are just some of the heavy hitters. So it's definitely over 200. Very, very well over 200.
CSGO, not to blame, but ever since CSGO launch came out, it was the first time I went on that site, and
He himself was like, yeah, no one should really defend me. You can't, it's an indefensible thing. Yes, it is a legitimate illness, but I mean, it's not like that's an excuse to scam this many people for this long. Train gave him 100k to pay off all debt and then cut all contact with him after. Oh, and he didn't use it to pay people back? Or was he just fucking sad?
I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. One mind of it, this thing was gonna come, bro.
Okay, this is just fucking sad. That's just making me sad. I don't know why you tell me to watch that. Fake tears? It's hard to say. Gambling addiction is a real thing, though. He deserves all this backlash for scamming for so long. It's still just a very sad thing overall, though. I don't want to see a guy fucking break down about it. Like, you can feel bad for someone's mental health while also condemning their actions. And again, gambling addiction's a very real thing. It's a genuine illness, but it doesn't excuse anything he did. So I don't feel bad that he got called out for it and now his whole career's in the shitter from it. That was his decision to keep going. Apparently Train even tossed him 100 grand lifeline to pay everyone back and he gambled it away instead. But that still doesn't mean I want to celebrate watching him cry on stream.
Oh yeah. I'm okay now.
Who is the biggest joke in all of sports? Some people might argue the Washington Generals, which is the team that the Harlem Globetrotters always play against. They travel together and the Harlem Globetrotters always win against them, because the Generals are just there to have fun with the Globetrotters in order to make a spectacle out of the whole thing. They're kind of designed to lose. But they're not the biggest joke in sports. That honor belongs to one man in particular. His name is Dylan Dennis. This goofball is someone you might have heard of because he's that coward that started a lot of shit with KSI, and then the second that it reached the fuck around and find out moment, like a week before they were actually supposed to fight, Dylan Dennis backs out and weasels his way out of it, coming up with all kinds of pathetic little excuses, and then still tries to act tough. He's a washed up fighter who all he does now is just shit talk and then promote scams on Twitter. People have more respect for the flies that hover around public porta potties at a fucking music festival than they do this man and his career. And yet somehow he finds a way to sink even lower. He was recently the primary clown in CoffeeZilla's newest video, where he got used like a fleshlight by CoffeeZilla in order to prove a point that Dylan Dennis will promote absolutely anything at all as long as you pay him. And it turns out you don't even really have to pay him that much, all things considered. Just giving him a pack of cigarettes will get you like a 24-hour tweet promoting whatever vile scam you want. Like, it's actually pretty wild. So CoffeeZilla's video exposes at least 20 scams that he's done in his past, as well as convincing him to do yet another one. You know, hop back in the saddle, get ready for the rodeo, and engage in another scam tweet that CoffeeZilla cooked up with a completely fake crypto project. And he wanted to see how much does Dylan charge, and does he do any amount of research at all into the things that he proudly posts on his Twitter. I know Dylan Dennis can't even spell research, so the answer isn't shocking. It's a no. He didn't bother looking into what CoffeeZilla was paying him to promote at all, because if he did, if he spent even 3 seconds, or even just like an iota of a thought given to the project, he would have immediately realized that it's not real and it is a scam that he's about to post proudly on his Twitter. Because CoffeeZilla laid it all out in front of him. And it's not even like it was hidden in plain sight or anything. He literally spelled it out, word for word. In a contract he sent to Dylan Dennis, it even says that it's not real and you're going to be the butt of a joke. It was literally, it was just there in the contract. And it wasn't even a long contract, like buried in fine print. It was like a core piece of the contract that just says, this is basically a fucking scam. And Dylan still signed it. It's baffling. So I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm just trying to give a general breakdown of the situation. Of course, the full CoffeeZilla video is going to be linked in the description. It's fucking beautiful per usual. I'm just going to show you some clips from it. But one other thing I want to point out is the reason CoffeeZilla went after Dylan Dennis is because Dylan made a whole song and dance, a big hoopla about how bad he feels for everyone that got scammed by Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo. And that's what tipped everyone off to how many scams he himself has done, which led to this investigation in this video by CoffeeZilla, Oompaville, and Zach XBT. And it's a fucking amazing ride. It really is.
Dylan Dennis is an MMA fighter famous for two things: cage fighting and not fighting KSI.
True.
In 2013, he decided to be famous.
Also, apparently, I didn't know this until recently. He's not even famous for actually fighting. He's famous for just being a guy that, like, kind of rides Conor McGregor's dick. What's his actual fighting record? Because I said the same thing. I'm like, yeah, he actually fights. But his actual MMA record is 2-0. He has fought 2 times. Once in 2018 and once in 2019. Look at this shit. So he's not really a fighter. he's fought twice. Like, his whole claim to fame is, yeah, I'm a fucking stupid asshole. And that's it. And he won't even fight a YouTuber. 100% win rate, that is true. He is undefeated. But then again, so am I in MMA, to be fair. I am also undefeated. It's kind of meaningless when you don't have a whole lot of fights under your belt.
Calling out the scammers. He writes in a tweet, "Damn, Logan Paul is a scumbag. Feel bad for everyone he's scammed." Now,
Thanks,
of course,
Dylan.
Who's gonna really disagree with this? So the likes rolled in. But what Dylan doesn't
What a
know
saint.
is he also
What a
has a
saint.
history of scamming people on Twitter. And what Dylan didn't know is that there was a detective watching him. That detective was not me, actually. I wish it was me. It was my buddy Zach XBT on Twitter who said, "Damn, Dylan Dennis is a scumbag."
Hey, this is all coming full circle. You might remember Zach from the BitBoy Crypto thing. He was the guy that, like, tracked all of his moonshots and, like, called out a whole bunch of shit there.
So I reached back out to Zach and I said, "Hey, good tweet, but I want to find out how many scams exactly this guy has promoted." So Zach started digging through the garbage bin of deleted tweets, and we found out pretty quick there were a lot more.
What the fuck is it? Baby Dinger? What the fuck? Baby Dinger token is the next Shiba Inu. Oh man, if anyone has any Baby Dingers, you should immediately just lose the right to earn money in your life. You don't deserve it anymore. Ring Dinger. Hey, let's not besmirch the good name of the Ring Dinger. That's as far from Web3 cryptos you get. That is literally an old man who snaps your head off.
I wanted to trick Dylan into giving me the amount. The rough idea was to approach Dylan and say, "Hey, I created this dumb NFT project that's completely fake. How much would it cost for you to promote it?" He gives me an answer, and I have my price. Who, like, looked like he would be serious about selling you an NFT collection. And that's when I thought of my buddy Oompaville.
Yes.
Really sweet in real life.
I did know Oompaville played a big role in this here. So that is exciting. Very smart. CoffeeZilla recognized that Dylan would certainly say no, knowing for sure that it's a honeypot if it was CoffeeZilla that reached out. So he used Oompaville, whom, I mean, that looks like a well-adjusted man to me. Like, that's a trustworthy face right there. So he used him as the proxy. That's genius.
We can provide all the marketing copy. Please let me know, as we're trying to launch relatively soon. That website is not a real crypto NFT platform. Nothing in this video is a crypto or real NFT, so
Yeah,
you cannot buy
obviously,
crypto. I want
for
to be
sure.
super clear, because Dylan immediately responds with, "Want to do a tweet?" And then I love this next part. "What is it?" I like the order of that, you know, like, "Let's promote it," and then underneath it, "What am I promoting?" And it's at this point I realize
It's secondary.
this is not only my chance to find out how much Dylan gets paid for all these scam promotions, it's also my chance to test Dylan Dennis. In fact, to do this, I basically copied almost word for word CryptoZoo's white paper, saying the
yeah,
following.
baby.
Sour.gg may appear to solely function as an NFT collection, but it's much, much more. Sour allows users to earn sweet tokens that are openly traded via a yield that is based on the rarity of a given candy NFT.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Coffee, I love the attention to detail here. I think that is super smart. I'm not convinced Dylan Dennis can read. I think he might be illiterate. So he just saw words on the page and he's like, man, This is legit. All these words, they have meaning, I have no doubt. I'm in. I am confident he had no fucking clue what anything in that white paper said. But I appreciate you went the extra mile and set it up that way for it.
Look out, adventurer. Now this is a sentence which means nothing unless you lay it out by the first letter of every word. And then it spells CoffeeZilla.
Oh!
So, don't say I didn't warn him. And obviously,
that's
even
way
if
too
I
smart for
hadn't warned
Dylan.
him, Dylan Dennis surely wouldn't promote a CryptoZoo project, right? Because he's, he feels too bad for the victim. And then ETH? Question mark? And at this point, I'm just a little surprised by how easy this all is. Zero due diligence is
I'm not
being
surprised
done
at all.
here. We have created the weakest facade possible for an NFT scam, and he's just immediately on board. After we settled on that, he sent me payment information.
I am shocked he can even get 5K for a tweet. His Twitter isn't exactly what you'd call booming. The only time he gets engagement is when people are laughing at him. Like here, let me go to his Twitter real quick. Let's see, what's his most recent tweet? Because he deleted this one, I remember that. His most recent one is, if Alexander Volkanovsky beats, okay, it's a fight, I'll give one person who likes this tweet $1,500 and must be following to win. So he's actually having to do he has to farm. He has to do giveaway farming. But before that, it's literally nothing. And he got 8K likes on the farm. So even by those standards, that's pretty low. So I'm shocked that he's actually asking 5K. Though I doubt many people are actually giving it to him.
Dylan gave us a brand new crypto wallet just for this transaction.
Whoa!
Which seems to imply that he probably makes new wallets for every new deal he does, which is
definitely not his own idea.
And at this
I
point, I
promise.
realized I had a choice.
Someone told him to do that.
Take what I learned, present it to you guys, and stop this little charade I had with Dylan and make my video. And Dylan would just keep doing this because his fans wouldn't know.
Wait,
Or
what was that
I
last one? Was that Face Riders? What the fuck? Did I read that correctly? Right before Baby Dinger.
And Dylan would just keep doing this.
Oh, I'm writing with Faceless. Gotcha. I thought that said Face Riders. I was like, damn, another fucking wild one.
Because his fans wouldn't know. Which is actually pay Dylan to post a link to our fake NFT project. But the twist would be, as soon as he posts that link, it will become a website dedicated to every scam tweet Dylan Dennis has ever done. And remember that this website would be linked by Dylan Dennis himself to all of his fans until he kept the tweet for certain periods of time. And to my surprise, he agreed to the terms. And
that's smart. That's super smart. Yeah, so space it out so that way you can get the most juice for the squeeze here off the tweet staying live. I can also promise you, Dylan Dennis has no idea what any of these words he's using here mean. He's used too much punctuation. There's 2 periods in there. That's far more than his reading level permits. He's got percentage sign in there, some underlines, parentheses. Dylan Dennis tapped out once he saw payment structure. He's like, all right, payment. I know that one. Okay, whatever else.
website, which is just a website with all his previous transgressions. Now, I did talk to
I want to read that one. What was that? I'm bullish on what? These all have the worst names. I'm bullish on Rock Smart Chain. Rocket Raccoon. Hype.
From ZachXBT. He found over 20 projects that Dylan promoted and then tried deleting, where many of them were rug pulls and scams. It was at this point is I drew up a contract for Dylan to sign before this whole thing goes live.
He didn't read it.
And in it, I lay the whole thing out. And this is what I meant by headwinds. This is where he probably will catch us. Because in black and white, I lay out a whole scheme right in front of him. So it literally says, like, you're going to be the butt of the joke. It says people aren't doing due diligence.
Oh,
it says
God.
that we're going to be switching the website to show his prior promotions. So we lay out the whole thing there.
Oh,
and
no.
what we're really banking on is he's not going to read any of this. He's just going to see money and just sign it, which is the
100%.
whole point of this entire
He
thing.
can't
So
read
I
it.
think it fits.
Sending it. All right, and then I'm sending the drive link.
I mean, we've sent the contract now. We're just waiting. We're literally waiting.
He's going to instantly respond with the sign. It's going to be less than 2 minutes.
Oh, I agree, bro. I agree.
It was 3 minutes. I was so fucking close. I was so close.
Idiot! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He agreed.
I was so
And
close.
You might notice that we weren't actually able to use DocuSign and get his signature because it was experiencing outages at the moment, the actual website. But we were able to just have him do a written agreement in DMs that he agreed to our terms. And although
That is real, by the way. If you get in writing something like that, that is actually an enforceable thing. It's not as strong as like a full signature, but that is like actually enforceable. So, what a fucking moron. Holy shit.
go ahead and tweet.
Refreshing now, I guess. See what he says.
Run
There's
it.
so much work that goes into this. You guys didn't see this off camera. Dylan starts talking about where's your community. So we have to whip up this community from nowhere.
Oh,
Our
fuck.
community doesn't exist. We had to create a Twitter profile. We had to buy a bunch of botted followers.
An hour ago, it didn't exist.
I don't think I've ever been so excited about something in my life.
Nice. What was the total spend on this, I imagine?
He tweeted it!
Huge.
I can't believe he did it.
He actually did it. He just tweeted it.
What an idiot. What? I can't believe it. What can I say?
So I knew this tidbit of information real quick before he points it out. The actual tweet just has the word scam in it. Sour NFT candies are moonbound. Scam.
Believe
It's so adorable.
What can I say? He
They couldn't have
promoted
made it
a
any more
tweet
clear.
which literally spells out in first letters the word scam.
Yep.
I hope this is
Oh man, Dylan. Now he's ducking CoffeeZilla and Oompaville's attempt to communicate just like he ducked KSI's fight. God damn. That's all he knows. Yeah, he'll never mention this, unfortunately. That's his modus operandi. He just is a fucking perpetual loser, I guess. Oh, I did see that. There was a lot of brain rot takes about how what CoffeeZilla did is actual entrapment. And I'm pretty sure those people are just as CTE riddled as Dylan Dennis to think that what CoffeeZilla did is anything even remotely associated with entrapment. It's not even close. CoffeeZilla did everything possible to let Dylan know what was going on. He even put in the fucking contract he agreed to that it is literally him just being a joke. It's not real. He laid out everything, and he still agreed to it. That couldn't be further from entrapment. The guy got 1K. He did get 1K. He did get $1,000 out of it, so that's a Dylan W, baby. Fucking big one from Dylan.